Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to It's Obvious Gaming. My name's Garrett Drake, joined alongside Jacob Alka and Casey Roberts. We've just seen Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. This is our spoiler-free review. We're going to keep it real simple here. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
We're not going to freak out. We're not going to spoil the magnificent movie we've just seen. Jacob, how'd you feel about it?
It was really good, Garrett.
Okay.
I really liked it. Wasn't too long, wasn't too short. Had some great moments. Had a great ending in particular.
I did.
Casey, how did you feel about it?
I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Star Wars movie, but it was still good. Definitely a good movie.
What is your favorite?
On the totem pole, would it be closer to the top or the bottom? Maybe somewhere in the middle?
Before you answer, because I've heard people say this is as good as Empire.
Okay.
It's on that level.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Really?
I'd say somewhere in the middle.
Is Empire your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I really like Empire. I really like New Hope.
Phantom Menace is her favorite.
Oh, yeah. Just like Zach.
No, not. It's not that low on my list. It's like somewhere in the middle, though.
Okay.
I thought there were parts of it that were like really, really amazing, and there were parts that I was like, I could do without this.
Okay. I feel you. I also really enjoyed the movie, especially the ending, which we've discussed for the most part.
Really enjoyed
Act
it.
3 absolutely blows it out of the park, or knocks it out of the park, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And there was definitely some iffy moments in there as far as the beginning is concerned. Kind of when the movie gets started, it kind of takes a bit for it to get going. But
It
We'll call it
does.
Act 1.
yeah, Act 1 rolling into Act 2 is a little rough. There's a lot of bouncing around, and we're probably not the first people to say this, but jumps around a lot. But once it kind of hits the ground, it just takes off from there, and it doesn't stop. It literally, like from start to finish, like the ending is abrupt, but in the best way possible. And they're not kidding. This isn't a spoiler, but it does indeed end right before New Hope, and it ended so much better than I was hoping
It
it
ended
would.
perfectly.
It did.
I thought.
It did.
Of all the movie, the ending was obviously the best part.
And it makes watching A New Hope now so much more exciting. And
I
even-
want to
does.
watch it
I
right
want to
now.
sit down and watch all of
like
the
that
movies
literally
now in order.
is the sequel to Rogue One is A New Hope. So
If you need to take a bathroom break, please don't go when the movie's ending, I guess. Not that you would in general.
You'd be an
but
idiot.
You'll be missing some
be an
great
idiot.
stuff.
you would, but yeah, overall we definitely have enjoyed the movie. I'm not going to say I love it yet. I definitely need to see it some more. As far as ranking it against other Star Wars movies, I'd probably call it. I need to see it a few more times, but right now it's probably my second or third favorite Star Wars movie.
For me, it's number 3, I think.
Nah, I'd say
What
3
is
or
your
4
favorite?
Even.
Empire.
Okay, then Force Awakens.
I love Force Awakens.
I don't know.
Okay,
I kind of have a tie for second. It's Force Awakens and Jedi.
okay, I feel you. We'll discuss our totem pole of Star Wars films and our spoiler discussion that's coming probably in the coming days. I'd say this weekend we'll have a spoiler discussion for sure. But so we've talked about the story a bit. We don't want to spoil anything, but I really enjoyed it. It actually played out in a lot of ways exactly like I expected it to, but that's not a bad thing because what we had been pitched from the beginning of the rebel spies have been tasked with stealing the plans at the Death Star. They got to get the plans, get them to the Rebel Alliance, blah, blah, leads into A New Hope. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. For the most part, that all played out the way I expected it to, but watching it on screen was thrilling, I thought. So how'd you guys feel about that overall?
Go ahead, Casey.
So you're asking me about the story, what I thought of the story? Well, it followed along what we expected it to. It was good. Everything went as according as I thought, like the way that I thought that it would. So I thought it was good. I don't have any issues with the story.
Cool.
No issues.
What about the cast? Any standouts for you guys?
Like standouts in a good way
Or in a bad way?
or in a bad way?
I know you've mentioned you weren't a big fan of Forrest Whitaker. Saul Guerrero in the film.
Yeah, I still call him Forrest Whitaker because he's always Forrest Whitaker to me.
Right. He doesn't do much acting for you.
It's that I
feel you.
think. No, yeah, he's just always like a confused man who's something's going on. You know, it's
Well,
like there's always
obviously-
something like that happening.
I was going to say something that's kind of a spoiler.
Don't spoil it. But yeah, no, he would be my least favorite. But I don't know if favorite wise, I really liked what's his name? He's the martial arts really badass.
We're just calling him Donnie Yen because his character's name is hard to pronounce.
He's probably my favorite because he was just a badass. Like,
He was
let's be
cool.
real. He was really awesome.
It was cool to see a character who's one with the Force, as he says many times in the film.
He does say that.
But doesn't actually use like Force powers.
yeah.
He just feels it flowing through him, and he knows that whatever he's doing, it's going to have his back.
It's like he had all that faith. I really respected that. I liked it.
It was cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah, standouts for me were definitely Donnie Yen. K2SO is probably He's probably my second favorite. I probably like K2SO more than I like BB-8. BB-8's adorable.
No, BB-8 is so cute.
I love BB-8, but K2SO you can kind of you can't really identify with more, but you can connect with more because he can speak to you, and
he's funny.
He has a very genuine personality as well.
I
liked him a lot.
He's just, never mind.
Okay, we don't want to spoil anything.
I just want to talk about the movie.
I know we're gonna do a spoiler talk soon, but I loved him. Jen Erso was great. I don't think she was necessarily the star of the film, even though she was like the main protagonist.
She was the lead, but she wasn't.
Yeah, she wasn't much of a star.
She didn't have star power.
That's the thing. I don't think there was one main star because, like I said, it is a very big cast.
It's a group effort.
Yeah, there were characters that weren't fleshed out as well as others, but Cassian Andor, I thought it was cool. I liked how he kind of had a gray area to his character. Like he's in between following direct orders from the Rebel Alliance, and at the same time, he kind of challenges what they have to say sometimes. So I like how Rogue One as a squadron had to decide to basically go out on their own and make this huge decision to capture these plans and come out on top. So it was cool. But cast members for you, Jacob, anything stand out for you?
K2SO in particular was really great. I like Jen a lot. I think she did a good job.
Yeah, me too. She's a likable character.
Diego Luna, he played Cassian. I thought he was fine.
He did.
At least a little accent.
Yeah,
add a little spice to the movie.
I don't know if he did anything, in particularly
outstanding
great for the role, but he was.
He did a good job.
It was good. Yeah. Now Darth Vader, everyone knows Vader's in the film. He was used very sparingly. We're not going to spoil his scenes because the scenes that he is in, they're fantastic.
He's the true love of my life. I hate to break it to you, but
Vader.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in love with him my whole life.
I understand that. I mean, he's a pretty cool guy, evil guy, but he's cool.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I understand. Well, like we said, start to finish, kind of a rocky beginning, but middle to end, I really enjoyed a lot. Loved the ending. Amazing space battle at the end, too. It was probably the best space battle we've seen in Star Wars, in my opinion.
Yeah, the action and the visual effects in this one were, amazing. Like, the visual effects especially, I would say I have a bit of an eye for that. I would like to say that.
Right.
And I thought that they were really great. Like, so much better than what you see even in the Marvel movies and stuff these days.
Absolutely.
But, don't get offended. But yeah, I mean that was really spectacular, and the action scenes were very cool.
I think a lot of that the credit has to go to Gareth Edwards, especially the director, because I'm not the first to say this, he clearly has an eye for scope. Some of my favorite shots in the movie we're seeing, and you can see it a lot in the trailers too, the Death Star just bellowing in the distance, like towering over a planet. Especially that one scene where you see the AT-ATs come out for the first time.
Loved that.
They just look like huge, just absolutely massive, especially compared to, I mean, you see them in Empire and stuff, but they're like little models and stuff, and they look great for the time.
Of course.
When you see them in this film, you can actually feel them towering over you, which is
definitely the best looking AT-ATs.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're like, you can feel their presence by like the sound and just the when they're stepping, for instance. It just they feel powerful.
They do,
cool.
as they should.
Yeah. And did you guys feel like they really nailed the feeling of war in this movie, like a Star War?
I was going to comment
on
that. This movie's very down and gritty,
it's
just
darker.
like Star Wars should be.
Absolutely.
I absolutely love it for that.
It's darker because this is before A New Hope, obviously.
Yeah.
This
but
is
it's
go into this movie knowing it's a very dark movie.
Yeah, but it's good though. It's so good.
Yeah, it is. It's great. Something else I'm going to touch on. The music. Now, they did replace their original composer for this film, and they replaced him with a guy who had done Disney movies in the past. He'd done The Incredibles and a couple other ones. But I heard other people complaining in their reviews. Not a lot, but a handful of people saying that the score didn't quite do it for them.
I didn't feel
But I thought it was good.
I thought it was fine.
It didn't just... I thought it was... I mean,
it wasn't on the level of John Williams, but it was like... I thought it was still great.
No, see, I thought it was a great compliment
to
to what John Williams has done.
I need to go watch it again and listen to it, because
I was hearing out for that
right now,
because I heard the critics complain about that, and I really didn't feel like it was that off. I didn't at all. It still fit Star Wars.
Yeah, I thought it worked really well, but overall, we seem to have really enjoyed it. We enjoyed the cast. We enjoyed the story. We all love the ending. I can't wait for everything. If you haven't already seen the movie, I'm just excited, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. I can't wait for you to see this ending.
The ending is truly the best part of the movie.
It's probably my favorite I know I can say this without a doubt. It's my favorite Star Wars ending to any Star Wars movie.
Not the movie, but the ending of the
movie.
Yeah.
So overall, positive thoughts from us. We really enjoyed it. We want to hear your thoughts down below. And keep in mind, this is a spoiler-free review. We've kept it very brief. There's plenty of cameos, and there's Easter eggs and amazing plot points to spoil in our spoiler discussion, which will be coming hopefully in the coming days, sometime this weekend. But overall, we want to hear your just on the surface thoughts. If you've seen the film, let us know down below. But overall, I enjoyed it. You guys agree?
Yes,
I would have to agree.
It's a film.
It's a film that we saw with our eyeballs.
Go see it. Go see it soon before somebody spoils it for you.
Absolutely, because there's a lot to spoil, and I'd hate for that to happen.
And there's always that one guy.
There is always that one guy. Don't be that one guy.
Don't do it.
We promise you we're not going to be those gentlemen and lady this evening. So, but overall, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are It's Obvious Gaming. My name's Garrett Drake. This is Jacob. This is Casey. Sorry, I almost called you Casey Pugh for a second. I'm always used to just me and Jacob being here, and I'm waiting for Preston to come back, but Casey's in his seat. You beat him here.
You've been replaced, Preston.
Yeah.
How many years do we have to be together before you learn my name?
I'll learn eventually.
He dates Preston too, so
yeah,
you gotta remember that.
But if you enjoyed this review, please give it a like, subscribe for more, and join us every single week on the It's Obvious podcast, found in the links below, where It's Obvious Gaming will catch you again very soon.